Hey guys, I'm Sean with Coldtub. Today I'm going to go over adding chemicals to your cold tub. First thing we're going to do is we want to check the alkalinity, and then the pH, and then the chlorine. So we got some test strips here. We're going to test the alkalinity, and to do that, dip the test strip. Make sure when you reach in here to grab them, make sure your hands are dry. You don't want to ruin the rest of the test strips. Dip it in here. It's supposed to be like 15 seconds or so. And then line them up. So you're going to want your alkalinity, which would be the green here. They have arrows of your ideal range of where you want to be at. Line it up. Once you get your alkalinity lined up, then you can move on to your pH. That has an ideal range as well. The ideal range on the bottle shows a little bit high. We want it to be about 7.0 to 7.6. Then you can test your chlorine, so you line those up. It has an ideal range, and then you can start adding chemicals. So first chemical, always on freshwater startup, is Dead Sea salt. Cold water Dead Sea salt. That's the only kind of salt you want to use is Dead Sea salt. I got over here, I got it broke down to how much salt to add to each tub. If you have the ice pod model, you're going to want 1.01 pounds of salt. The bucket here is a 4.4 pound bucket. The Ice Pod Plus is 1.68 pounds. So these two is approximately about a quarter pail. The Polar Pool is 2.7 pounds, about a half pail. The Ice Box 4.39, and like I said, the bucket itself is 4.4 pounds. So just add the whole bucket. And the Polar Pool 7.68 pounds. That's a pail and approximately Polar Plunge, and that's 7.68 pounds, approximately a pail and 3/4 of a second pail. So let's add some salt. And to add salt, you got the bucket that your chemicals came in, perfect bucket to use. Fill it up with about a gallon or so of water, and you add your salt. Okay, so when you add the salt, you mix it into your water. This is a Ice Pod Plus, so I'm going to use a quarter pail. You get a stir stick, anything works. Stir it so you can get that good salt water solution all mixed up. Once you got it all mixed up, before you add it into the water, turn your pump on high speed so it will mix in. Once you got it on high speed, pour your salt water solution in there. Let it get mixed in. The salt water takes a little while to get mixed in, so here we got cold water sanitizer. If you want to get into your tub right away, you can add approximately a teaspoon of this and give it a half hour, and you're ready to sit in your tub. Cold water rundown. This lowers your pH and your alkalinity. So when your pH is high, add. It depends on your model of tub. I'll show you the breakdown sheet here in a second. But approximately about a half a cap or so of this will lower your pH down. Cold water balance. This balances your alkalinity. Like I said, the alkalinity is actually the first thing that you need to check. Your alkalinity, then your pH, then your chlorine. So if your alkalinity is low, you can add I believe it's a teaspoon, about a teaspoon of this, and that will raise your alkalinity back up. So salt, let's go over salt. Over here I got it broke down. You want to be approximately between 2,000 and 3,000 parts per million. 2,000 is too low, it's not going to sanitize. 3,000 is too much, it's going to corrode your equipment. So your target range is going to be 2,500 parts per million. That's where you want to be at. And your pH level over here, 7.0, 7.6 is ideal. Your target range is 7.0 to 7.2 is where you should be at. Less frequent of adding cold water rundown to reduce your pH level. And then here on the
pH naturally rises with salt.
Yes, correct. pH actually rises naturally with salt. And then here on the owner's manual, page 7, starts your water maintenance. It tells you all the little adjustments that you need to make on your with your cold water rundown, your sanitizer, your Dead Sea salt, and it's broken down to each model. You can find your model and make your adjustments as needed. And here we got salt test strips. Here's a dry one. Make sure your hands are dry always when you reach in here. Here's a dry one, and it comes with a yellow line up here on the top. You're gonna set it in, get some water out of your tub in a cup, set it in the solution or the water, and the line up top will turn black. Once it turns black, then you read it. So to be at 2,500 parts per million, we want this to be at 5.6. So once you get your reading on that, if you're a little low, you can add a little more salt. If you're a little high, then it'll naturally. Well, no, I would drain some water down and dilute it with some fresh water. What else do I got over here? Shower. Always make sure to shower before you get in there. Rinse off, get all the detergents and cosmetics and all that off your skin. That will mess with your water chemistry. Change your filter on average once a month, and your salt cell, replace your salt cell once a year. Other than that, that's about it.